So what's your role now? You have a lot of flair.
Yeah.
Yes,
Badge flair.
those would be badge flair. Let's see, this one, well, both of these are from being president of AAPG. I did that, and I'll tell you another thing, a benefit of doing it, it helps you with organization, just like your business. A friend of mine, it's not me, but it's somebody else, he had a career and he was kind of crabby. So he had a hard time at work advancing because he wasn't a good manager. He was so passionate about geology, he was all excited about it, but he couldn't get anybody else to do anything or team with him very well.
So he wasn't a people person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not to have good management skills.
Okay.
And so he wanted to move up in management and improve himself, learn to be a manager. And he was really restricted because he was not doing well. And lo and behold, he started volunteering actually in his local society, not AAPG, but his local society. Started volunteering, and when you think about it, if you're in a volunteer organization, you have absolutely no leverage on anybody because you can't fire them, and they'll just tell you to jam it if they don't want to work with you, right? I mean, they just say, hey, I don't want to do this with you. You're not working with me. So he got involved with his local society, and he learned to motivate volunteers. And if you can motivate a volunteer, think of what you could do with someone whose paycheck depends on it.
Right.
So those skills came into play. And that's how and he says ever since he became involved with his local society, his career took off.
Right. So we don't necessarily have to be people
Persons.
People person.
Peeps.
People person.
Peeps.
Exactly.
Maybe we say peeps.
You don't have to be a peep.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to be a people person to develop those skills. You can get those through volunteering and doing things like that.
Yeah. And that's a huge management, because when you think about like when you first start in work, you can't manage anybody. I mean, you might manage the restroom, but that's about it. But this way you can learn to manage people at a lower level, because I mean, as much as you want to do, they'll let you do because you're volunteering.
So as AAPG president, you're also working a full-time job.
Yes.
Correct. So this is a totally volunteer thing that you're doing, and all of the executives, right?
Right. And actually, that was kind of neat because I was working full-time, and so I had to learn some things that I didn't know how to do, really. I'd never been the president of a big, just 30,000 members, $15 million budget, and I'm used to drilling wells and having other people, in that regard, but not being president is kind of like the chairman of the board. Okay, it's not really like a president in an organization. Like, you're not doing that much day-to-day stuff. You're doing like high-level strategies and moving an organization, and then the staff really does the work. So it's more like being chairman of the board. So I had never been chairman of the board, so this was a learning experience for me, which I really enjoyed. How to maximize my time, make sure we were looking at the big picture, and keeping staff headed in that direction. And then they would report back and learn some reporting techniques to make sure we stayed on task. Well, that was a neat learning experience.